Hello everyone, I'm Jesus and welcome to the next episode of the Road to Old School MTG. Pretty big news today. Today I have completed the last purchases of round 4 and completed all the purchases towards the creation of my Erhnamgeddon Old School Magic deck. So the deck was missing 2 Icy Manipulators, which I had to get them from Unlimited because they were not reprinted and revised. I purchased 2 today. So we're gonna go look at the deck list just to check out what was missing, what was the last things we took care of, and also I do have 2 packages to open today. So let's get all that started. First, let's take a look at the 2 um, IC manipulators that I purchased today. So first one I purchased from eBay. Almost all the cards so far have been from eBay, although I have been trying to buy them from Facebook Marketplace. So this was an auction. I was the only bidder. This was the minimum, so I wanted for the minimum. So I ended up getting a pretty good deal. Uh, so lightly played condition, although maybe some people will call this played. I would say played, not lightly played. But considering the price, and still the overall condition was pretty good, right? So a little fraying around the ends, but nothing major. The card itself, right, especially around the middle, it seems perfectly fine. And the main thing was the front. The front looks seems pretty solid, right? So a couple little marks here and there, a little dirt, but all in all, pretty good for considering $90, right? So a really nice one, which the first one I got, which I already received in unlimited, I ended up paying 140 for it. Plus, after fees and everything, it was almost 150. So this is $60 less, right? So quite a bit of a difference, right? So considering that difference, it's not going to be the same quality, of course, but I still got something pretty decent. Honestly, I seen these for like well over 100 in worse condition than this. So I think I got a pretty good deal with this particular card. So I had already 2 Icy Manipulators that I have purchased. One I already received. One more I had already purchased, which I believe is in here. So I needed 2 more to complete the deck. So this is one of those 2. And then for the others, for the second one that I needed, I ended up going to Card Kingdom. I was still looking on eBay because that's everything I've purchased so far has been on eBay, but I just wasn't finding anything that I was happy with. So I saw the pricing on Card Kingdom and it seemed reasonable, maybe a little high, but still within what I would pay for a card in that condition. And plus, I wanted to try a different method of acquiring cards, right? Just to get more experience with other things, other methods. So Icy Manipulator 128 ended up costing 136 total with all the fees, right? But the card itself was 128. So for anybody interested in just understanding Card Kingdom, just grading, they don't use the near mint, light play, right? They don't use those gradings. They have, I think they do have near mint, but then they have excellent, very good, and good, right? So those are their 4 tiers. They don't sell anything below good, but even their good is basically moderately or heavy played. So their near mint is still near mint, so you could kind of gauge that. So excellent is the second tier, so that would be maybe equivalent to light played, which I think it is. So they have stock images, but they do have a little section where it describes and gives uh, photo um, just photo evidence of the different degrees within their grading, right? So they do have top near mint, then excellent, very good, and good. So I purchased the IC Manipulator from them in excellent condition, right? So their second tier. If maybe they had a near mint, maybe I would have gone that one, but they didn't have. They had one excellent and one very good. I went for the higher one. So just a quick Right, it'll have maybe, I mean, so basically light played, right? So this is what I would consider light played. Couple little surface scratches, right? Not visible unless you like tilt it in certain angles. Uh, so I don't have an actual picture of the actual card, right? So I just have these generic photos as a basis for making the purchase that I did. So, but I did, like I said, I wanted to try a different method, see how it goes. But this is a pretty well-known website, so I wanted to have experience, and I'm optimistic that I'll get what I paid for. Right. So between those two, that was the end of the two IC manipulators that I needed. So let's take a look at the my deck list. So this is everything. As you see, everything is crossed out except for these two IC manipulators here. So so I had 4 waves, 4 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the fourth round, I divided it into waves because they were the more expensive cards, and I wanted to try to hold out for better quality ones or better deal ones. So 4.1, I purchased my first IC manipulator, which is the one I have here. This is the best condition one. It's in excellent condition. I would say near mint, uh, maybe a high light play, but definitely within that range. 140, round 4.2, I purchased the 2/7 libraries, which I already received. Round 4.3, I purchased the second IC manipulator, which is this one, I believe. Round 4.4, I purchased 2 land taxes. And around 4.5, I purchased the other 2 land taxes. These 2 land taxes I received, so I still have these 2 to go in terms of me receiving them. And now I purchased these last 2 IC manipulators, so that would be round 4.6. All right, so within 6 waves of round 4, I finished everything off here. But I do have uh, one uh, one thing to consider. So let's compare this deck list, which is the one I created, to the original deck list that I saw that inspired this. So this version and my version is the same except for 4 cards. I mean 7 cards. This version has 2 Moxes, a Mox Pearl, Mox Emerald, the white and green. They're valued at least 3,000 each from Unlimited, right? That's the cheapest from a standard set. Then an Unlimited Chaos Orb at least 1,000. And then 4 Savannahs, I estimated 250 for Revise. That's the latest reprint that you can get them at. These they only went up to Revive up to Unlimited, Alpha Beta Unlimited, and these are the unlimited prices. So between those 7 cards, you see the estimate here, 8,801. So after taking those 7 cards, I just substituted other things. The deck went below 1,000, right? So basically 8,000 less, almost, right? So yeah, 8,000 less. However, I changed my mind and I did end up deciding to add the Savannahs. So I already received my first one, and this box should be my second Savannah. So I already purchased those 2. In the last video, you guys saw me purchase my 3rd Savannah. I wanted to have good news and also say that I had purchased my 4th one in this video, and there was a auction for one, but I didn't win it based on the condition and the price it went for. I didn't pull the trigger on that. But either way, that doesn't stop this version, right? Because my original version didn't have those Savannahs anyway, right? So I could still, it needed the IC manipulators to complete it, right? The Savannahs, I could always just take out lands and substitute basic lands for those at any time, right? So, but I will update my deck list once I have the 4 Savannahs to reflect uh, that that change. But I wanted it to be known that I do have 3 Savannahs, and I do plan to purchase the 4th. I'm just gonna wait until one pops up that's in very good condition for a price I'm willing to pay. All right. So other than that, I think now it's time to open up these two um, these 2 packages here, and also I'm gonna go compare the the listings that I bought them from, which was from eBay. Other than that last IC manipulator from Card Kingdom, every card I purchased is from eBay. But I have been, like I said, I have been trying also from the Facebook Marketplace, Old School Magic Marketplace. I've made a couple of communications, but I didn't see anything that was in the for the condition and the price being asked. I didn't pull the trigger. But I am still looking for that fourth one. Once I get that fourth one, that it really will be uh, the new deck that I wanted, which with the four Savannahs will be completed. But with these two IC manipulators, at least it completes the the first original, more budget quote unquote version, which ended up being almost close to 1,000 because I had kind of undervalued the IC manipulators. I had put them at 90 each. I did get two for 90. Um, but the other two were a bit more. One was 140, and then the other one, which you just saw, 128, right? So it was in between, right, just a couple of little cards here and there, right? So it was more like 900 ish. So a bit more than I had estimated, but that's definitely depending on the player. I could have gotten all four for around 90, but I opted to get better ones, condition ones, if I saw, and for a price that I was willing to pay for. So that was a personal choice, but the 90 per IC manipulator is around the ballpark, probably more like 100 each. Okay, so over here, this should be my second IC manipulator. This one should be the second revised dual land. So it came in a bubble mailer, so it has padding inside, and then another package within that. So that's good. And like I said, I'm going to review the listing to compare. Then more foam-like padding, and then within that, a cardboard covering. So this one's a little tight. Let's see if I can lightly cut the sides here. And then within that, a top loader. So honestly, this was the best, I think, one of, if not the best, shipping jobs from all the cars I purchased. Honestly, in the last video where I got this Savannah, total price that I paid after all the fees was over 300. That just came in a bubble wrap and then in the top loader basically. Right? It may have come with something else, but it was like half all of this what we just saw for this IC manipulator, right? So I wish that was a little better for that one, but I still got it clear. So top loader, inside the top loader, a card sleeve, a plain card sleeve, and then no penny sleeve, but all this is perfectly fine. This looks even better than I thought it would be because I basically got this for like 90-ish dollars. So I know this is a webcam, so I can't zoom, unfortunately, but at least hopefully you get an idea. So I knew this was basically a plate condition. Honestly, this seems more like light plate, but yeah, you can definitely see it more in the back. So I look at this corner over here, right? You can definitely see that fraying a little bit, right? So, but that's what I liked about it. First of all, right, pretty good price. I seen way worse than this for like 120, 130, 140. So this was like $90. But I like the front. The front was very nice. So this is definitely, once you angle it, you might see little specks, little scratch marks here and there. But that's just, under certain angles, under certain lights. In general, the front looks very nice. Right? Not mint, right? But I didn't spend 4 minutes, so I don't expect that. But honestly, what I paid for and what I got, I'm very happy with. And the back, right? So even though you can definitely see it more beat up than the front, it goes in the card sleeve anyway, right? So it's not visible. So very, very happy with it. So this is the card sleeves that I've been buying to put the cards for my new deck. So that makes it 2 Icy Manipulators now. And I just bought the other 2, so it's just a matter of time for me to get those 2. Let's compare the listings that I had, that one came from. So let me double check the package. I want to make sure I credit the correct seller. All right, this one seems correct. So let me share screen. Just a second, it logged me out of eBay for some reason. I just gotta log back in for some reason. All right, taking a little bit of time. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay. So this was the one that you just saw. Sold for 94.99 cents. I think I had a promo for this, so maybe it was cheaper than that. Maybe this is the price without the promo reflected. I'm not sure. Either way, it was like $5 less. So, so whether it has this reflects it or not, it's not a big difference. Basically, for with the shipping, basically for around 100-ish, I got this card after all the fees. You see, right? The card definitely looked very nice, and here the close-ups just is not reflective of is reflective of how it really is, of course, but the human eye is not going to catch all these tiny details, right? So when I had it up in person right here, honestly, like just on a quick glance, one of these was 140, the other one was 94, right? Basically a 50% difference. Just me quickly looking at these, I can't tell which one it is. That's how pretty good the other one was, right? So I got it now. I see the little marks here, so I know this one is the one I just got today. But it just gives you an idea that for 50% less, basically, I got a pretty nice car, right? You see it more in the back than the front, but the front is what's visible anyway, right? So that's why I pulled the trigger on this one. Plus, this is around this time is when I made the decision to buy the Savannahs, which I hadn't originally anticipated. But the more and more I thought about it, I thought it was a worthwhile investment. And then I also made the decision to get only very good quality ones, right? So for the the Icy Manipulators, uh, first of all, they're all pretty good, right? But definitely, one is near mint. The one from Card Kingdom seems light play, so pretty good. And then the other 2 I got for around $90 each, but also pretty good. It should be pretty good quality. Um, okay, so all right, so that one is done. Let me open up this one. Just double checking something really quick. I'm wondering, did I actually show the second icy manipulator that I won? Well, I don't remember actually. So let me quickly show it in case I didn't. I think I talked about it, but I didn't necessarily show the listing. So this is the second listing. Oh, actually, yeah, right. I said one bid, I did win it. So this is it's $90, and then this one slightly cheaper shipping, right? So and the back is actually a bit better than this one, right? So the front looks pretty good. So I think it should be very similar condition to the one I just opened up right now, which was pretty nice. All right, so now this is my second Savannah. First of all, there's a big dent on the box, right? There's a car in here, right? So I'm not sure why they put a box. I definitely appreciate the extra effort it took to put this. This is the only card that came in a box. Everything else, basically, this is the highest protection that it came in, which is what I would expect. Why should this is going above and beyond? But not only that, but honestly, I question the logic because I'm pretty sure stuff like this gets sorted in a different pile than boxes, right? So this, even though right, it's a box, but it's a small box, right? I'm assuming this padding here. Hope my card is fine. But this gets put in with every other box, right? And most other boxes are bigger and heavier, which explains the big dent, right? The big squish right there. I hope that did not affect my card, but I think in general this is overkill and actually can even make it worse because now the package is grouped with bigger packages, and this is the result of that. So I appreciate the idea, but I think it didn't work out in the end. But all I care is that my card is fine. Okay, so inside there's a lot of paper, just which is fine. That's why the box tore up so easily there because there's not much protection. Within that is this, which seems unaffected, so I'm glad, and it seems pretty sturdy now that I touch it. Right, so they just put a bunch of gift paper in there, right, to give it cushioning, and then this was right in the middle. So even though the box got crushed a bit, it seems like it didn't affect anything, right? So here should be my second Savannah. I did purchase a third one already. So this is, but that one I just purchased very recently. I think it's already been shipped, but it should take, I should see it by next week. So maybe even more than that. But with this package, these two packages that I open up right now, that's everything that I've received. I'm not holding anything back, so now I'm just waiting for the final things that I bought to get to me. But remembering that I do still will be on the lookout for that final fourth Savannah, right? But that doesn't interrupt the fact that my original deck list is complete. And once I receive all those cards, I can start playing, which is very exciting. All right, so this is a bubble mailer. Right, so the bubble inside is, you can see it. And then within that, I see cardboard protection, right, which is good. Right, so a lot of tape between all this, so it's taking me a little time to open all this up. But that's a good thing. Okay, and then within that, I see the top loader inside, but it's been taped to the, seems like it's been taped to the cardboard. So I guess that's good too, so that it doesn't slip around and stuff, but it's gonna make it tricky to remove. The seller added some kind of a tape, little tape and paper right there, So, yeah, that was easily to remove, to cut off, right? So that's good thinking, right? So it keeps the card from falling out, but it's easy to tear out. So I'm not fighting with it so much, which I am right now. I'm still fighting with it actually because the the top loader is taped to the cardboard. So let me just go in there and get the card itself. So and with use the cardboard with the top loader, and then the card itself with the penny sleeve. This looks excellent. Yeah. So like I said, I did have an opportunity to buy a fourth one today, but the card condition was not good. I was actually not even considering it, but since it looked so cheap, the because it was an auction, I figured okay, maybe considering it's so cheap, maybe it might still be worth it because the front looked good. The back was where you saw the wear, but then it went over even what I would have paid, right? So I didn't pull the trigger because thus far I've been keeping up with the idea of the Savannahs being in good condition only. So this is such a light looking card. The camera is not going to catch it so I think, but it's very good. I honestly don't even see any scratches or anything. This is basically mint, near mint. Very few things are mint. It can come straight from a pack and not be mint. It can come straight from a pack and not be near mint either. Um, but this card looks awesome. Look at the back. All three Savannahs I've bought for below 300. This one was 285. My first one, 285 as well. I think this one's slightly better. Yeah, this one is better condition than that. Actually, 287. I think this is the second one that I bought. Either way, almost the same price. This one definitely light play. This one is near mint. Looks awesome. Very happy with this one. So, and I am buying. Now that I finished buying all the cards, I am buying the very tight penny sleeves that can be used to double sleeve within these, right? So actually, I did do that with my other Savannah because one of the cards that I bought for this deck, the seller put one of those really tight sleeves. So I'm going to show that right now. But this is now two Savannahs. Uh, I will show also the eBay listing, but first let me just show what I was talking about. So this is my first Savannah. It has a very tight penny sleeve, right? And then it goes from the top down, and then this goes within that way, right? So that way, the the top is enclosed, right? So that it's more well protected, right? And considering these are basically 300-ish each, right? Does need that protection. Icy Manipulator is basically 100 each at least, so does need that protection. So this is the only one that has that extra penny sleeve because this one, the usual ones, the one that come like the one that the Savannah came in, they're wider, right? So they're not uh, tight fitting. So it's, in fact, you can see it here. This penny sleeve is either just as wide as this one or even slightly wider, so it's not going to fit there. So you have to. It's a special kind of penny sleeve that is made for double sleeving. It's called, right. So I'll be purchasing that now that I've officially completed my original deck list, and I'll be getting those final cards. So all of my cards will be double sleeved, but very happy here. My two Savannahs, two Icy Manipulators. Here in my hand is almost $1,000. That's pretty nuts. All right, so let me show the the Savannah that I just received now. I'm just looking at the container just for me to double make sure I highlight the correct listings, right? Because I bought 3 in total. All right, this is the one. All right, so I know the story behind this one. All right, so on the same day, I bought the first 2 Savannahs, the ones that you see right now. The first one that I had already gotten, and I think I showed on the last video, that was from a bid. That was exactly, I wanted at exactly 285. That same day, like a couple hours later, I noticed this listing, and I believe it was a brand new listing because every day, several times a day, I check eBay for Savannah revised, and then I make a watch list. But this was a buy it now, and then once I saw this, I'm like, wait, how did I miss this? This is an incredible looking card for an incredible price, right? And then I had assumed it's my belief that right here that flash may have given the impression that this card is damaged, right? But then I contacted the seller the same day. He sent more top-down pictures without the flash, and then that's where I saw the true condition, right? So just for $1 and change more. Actually, this one made it, I think it ended up being cheaper because this was free shipping. I'm not sure if the other one was free shipping too, but whatever. Just a couple dollar difference from light plate to this is basically near mint. Definitely at least near mint. It could maybe even be mint. Like right here, you see something, right? But honestly, when I see the card, it's unplayed. So, but like I said, especially around that time, it could be packed fresh and still have tiny little things here and there. So uh, that's why it's very hard to get something that's mint. It's extremely rare. Usually, the highest you can hope for that's something that's brand new is near mint. All right, so this was this listing, which I think is exactly accurate. It was great. Um, the picture compared to what I got is basically good. Honestly, it looks even better now that I have the card itself. Right, so very very happy. 2 Savannahs revised, 2 Icy Manipulators unlimited. So I have 2 more coming up. I just bought them today. They will be shipped to me soon. I have 1 more Savannah that I already bought and it's being shipped to me too. That one I got for $2.95, and that was an auction. I won that auction, I believe. Yeah, but $2.95. That one I said it was near mint also, right? So far all the Savannahs are either very good light plate to near mint, right? So I'll continue that. That's why I didn't pull the trigger on this last one because it was definitely not. It was a little bit below light plate, I would say, but still acceptable. Especially the front looked good, but um, I was only willing to pull the trigger if the price was significantly lower than I thought, than it would normally go for. But the price was, it ended up selling for like 256, which is only like $30 cheaper than what I got for these, right? And then the conditions of these compared to that is like not even in the same ballpark. So I'll continue to wait for my final Savannah. But like I said, that's a simple swap. That won't change the deck list. So yes, that won't change the deck list that I had originally created, which didn't have those 4 Savannahs. But now that I have them, I'm going to just swap plain um, basic lands for the 3 that I have. Once I get that 4th Savannah, once I buy it and then get it, I believe I'll take out 1 City of Brass, just so that it can better reflect the original deck list where I got this from, right? Because that one had only 3 City of Brass and the 4 Savannahs, right? And then the rest was basic lands. So I just want to stay true to the original deck list, at least in the beginning, right? I might opt to add that fourth City of Brass as I test it out more and just make up my mind for that. But I have that fourth one. Should I decide to add it, right? But at least for now, it'll be the four City of Brass. Maybe I might get a chance to play with it before I end up getting that fourth Savannah, and then I'll take out that one City of Brass out. Only have three in the deck, and see how I like that, right? And then depending on how it goes, I might take out another basic land out to add the fourth City of Brass. So we'll see, but I have that option. I'll be buying the special penny sleeves that fit within these. I'm buying a playmat, right? Because this my computer decks here, I tend to, well, it's just a generic desk. I do my work from here, right? Sometimes uh, um, I like to watch videos and right just research things as I eat, right? So I clean it and everything, but still, I want it now that I have uh, my deck is basically like $2,000 deck. I want to just be more careful with that, so I'm gonna buy a playmat that I only will bring out when I intend to play games. Right, so I'll clean my desk area, put the playmat down, play the game, and right now I'm anticipating playing games online only through Zoom. I've joined a few uh, Facebook, Zoom, Old School Magic groups. I haven't been able to play anything because I don't have my deck yet, right? It's not complete. But now it is complete, and right, I'll add those savannas, like I said, to swap those three basic lands for those three savannas. Once I get the fourth one, I'll swap one City of Brass for that fourth savannah. But now I do have the deck, so I'll be looking into those play groups, and I just want it to be set up in terms of having a good play area that's clean, um, and to protect the investment that I've been making. All right, so very happy to make this video. The next video, or maybe one or two videos, depends how I get the cards, right? Uh, if I get them within a close enough time frame of each other, I might just hold on to the packages until I get the final package, and then just make one last video, which will be the completion of the deck. Um, but if it's because there's estimated times and shipping times on eBay, depending on how far I see it, I might just opt to do two videos because I don't want to wait so long before opening some of the packages because let's say there's some kind of problem with it, and then I try to file some kind of complaint. Right, I'm just afraid maybe the seller would say, "You've had this package. I see it's been delivered 3-4 days ago. Why are you just contacting me now?" So, do I? I don't think that might happen, but nonetheless, especially with more cars that are more expensive now that I'm receiving, uh, I don't want to take that chance, right? So I'll hold on to it as long as I see that the other cards are also coming within a few days of one another. Then I'd be willing to hold on. If not, I'll just make two videos. But I'd rather hold on to things and make one big giant video just to cap everything off, complete the deck. But it all depends on the shipping times. That's out of my control. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully, within one, maybe two videos at most, the deck will be complete, and then you will see videos of me either playing the game with the deck or me giving a review of what happened, how the games went. Right, so it depends once again on who I'm playing against. If they're fine with me recording things, right, I would always ask for permission. I want to just be a professional in terms of uh, doing the content that I need for my video in order to show you guys right the full scope of what it takes to participate in old school magic from zero Basically, I just have basic lands to completing the deck to playing, right? So I want to see you guys to see as much as that, as much as I'm experiencing. I want you to get that experience and also be educated as well. But now that other people are coming into play, right, where I will be playing with other people, other humans, then I have to have consent, all those things, right? I don't want to. I want to do things right. So depending on that, I might actually have videos that I can show you guys, or I may only be able to just tell you after the fact how the just how the deck went in terms of its performance and play. Well, that should be coming up very soon, but now the next step is just waiting for the final cards and completing the deck. So hopefully 1 or 2 videos from now, that part will be finished, and then the next part of the adventure where the plane will finally be coming down the path. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.